When Punisher decided to wage war against every superhero on Earth, he found his wife and children dead in the middle of Central Park. They were not killed by criminals, but by Avengers and X-Men, battling above them without ever once looking down. Before any of the heroes could say a word, Frank had already pulled the trigger. Cyclops dropped with a bullet through his head, then Hawkeye followed, then Dr. Druid, then Jubilee. Wolverine had to be restrained by Colossus to stop him from tearing Frank apart alive. Frank was taken away in handcuffs, but he never made it to prison. The van stopped at a mansion in the mountains owned by a man named Castle Ring, whose face had been destroyed years earlier during a battle between heroes. Inside the mansion, Frank discovered a room filled with people just like Castle Ring, missing limbs, permanent scars, victims abandoned by both heroes and villains who never cared about who got crushed beneath them. They offered Frank weapons, money, and a list containing every superhuman on Earth. One condition: kill them all. Frank accepted. His first targets were Spider-Man and Venom, fighting each other deep inside the sewers. Frank trapped them both and flooded the tunnel with electricity until the alien symbiote was ripped away from Eddie Brock's body. Then he walked in and shot them both. Spider-Man looked up from the floor and asked, why? Frank's answer was cold and simple: because somebody has to be first. One by one, the list grew shorter. He tracked Hulk during one of his rampages by planting a tracker on his back, then found Bruce Banner asleep in an alley hours later and killed him before he could transform again. Dr. Doom fell after Frank attached magnetic mines to his armor and finished him off with a sledgehammer. But Frank's greatest move came when he tricked every mutant team into gathering on the moon, then dropped one of Doom's nuclear warheads directly on top of them. Wolverine survived, so Frank hunted him down to a power plant where Logan sat alone drinking, with everyone he had ever cared about already gone. Frank stabbed him with his own claws and threw him into a generator. The adamantium in Logan's skeleton conducted so much electricity that even his healing factor burned away, leaving behind nothing but a charred skeleton. 3 years passed. Only 2 names remained on the list. Captain America tried one last time to reach Frank, speaking to him soldier to soldier. Frank told him that he fought in Vietnam and that they had absolutely nothing in common before shooting him in the head. Now only one name remained: Daredevil. They fought across the rooftops of Hell's Kitchen until Frank finally drove a knife into his chest. As Daredevil collapsed, he reached up and removed his own mask. Behind it was the face of Matt Murdock, the same kid from Hell's Kitchen Frank once protected from bullies when they were young, the same man who defended him in court after the Central Park tragedy. With his final breath, Matt told him that there was always a human being behind the mask. Frank looked down at the only person who had ever truly tried to save him, and for the final time, Punisher pulled the trigger.